on Newman Field at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's time for Major Arena Soccer League action tonight. Retro night. We kick it back 30 years as the San Diego Sockers take on the Ontario Fury. Alongside Nate Alvarez, Craig Elston on hand with you. This should be a fun one. It's always a close one, but the Sockers have been getting the better of the Ontario Fury 9 consecutive times. San Diego's come out on top. But tonight, a desperate, hungry Ontario team, Nate, a shorthanded Sockers team. Certainly the recipe's there for another good one.
We've been saying the same thing for a while now, though, where one of these times, maybe it's tonight, maybe it's the next one, Ontario has to get one by the San Diego Sockers. Close victories, the theme of this series. They've all been in favor of San Diego, regardless of venue. It's been a Sockers victory by a slim margin, and I'm expecting an extremely close game tonight, but maybe this is the night when Ontario finally does it. They've come mighty close quite a few times.
Well, the Sockers have a number of injury concerns tonight, and our Melissa May on the other side of the break will detail all of those for you. Let's just say I wouldn't be surprised to see some offense generated out of the back tonight for San Diego. And the Sockers have some good candidates. Cesar Cerda leading the club in assists as a defender.
Cerda's going to have to come up huge tonight in the absence of quite a few important Sockers players. So Cerda is a guy capable of stepping up, one of the best in his position in this league. So the spotlight's on him here tonight. Number 29 has got to step up for the San Diego team, absolutely.
Meanwhile, for Ontario, they will not have Jermaine Jones in the lineup tonight, but they most definitely will have Frank Taiu. 2 5-goal games followed by a hat trick. That's 13 goals in the last 3 matches for Taiu.
You talk about the stats, I go right back to entertainment value. This is what we love about this league. It's characters like this guy, comic book characters, a little Shakespearean quality to the King Taiu, and maybe this is the night for him personally. You know, he got over the Sockers when he was in Monterrey, but as a member of the Fury, he hasn't beaten the Sockers yet. Maybe Taiu can lift Ontario to that point that they haven't reached against San Diego, or maybe it'll be the same old story and another 1 or 2 goal victory for San Diego here tonight.
Sockers in their white retro kits. We show them to you, bring you that starting lineup and the opening kickoff next on MASL TV.
Galifino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
Welcome back inside Pechanga Arena, San Diego. San Diego Sockers and Ontario Fury about to get it going. First, we head down to the field. PA announcer Callan McClurg and our national anthem. Lights back on, and we're just about ready for a rivalry night on Retro Night. The San Diego Sockers wearing their 1989-1990 home white retro kits, taking on the Ontario Fury. San Diego checking in second in the Western Conference with a 6-1 record, having won 6 in a row. The Ontario Fury trying to bounce back from a loss to Solis de Sonora last week. They stand at 2-3, 0-2 away, and about to embark starting tonight on a 3-match homestand, or pardon me, 3-match road trip. The Fury traveling to Sonora next week on the 11th and Monterrey on the 13th. They'll then host Monterrey at Toyota Arena 3 nights later. So a very daunting schedule, and for the Fury, it's time to get in or get out. For the Sockers, a half game and looking to be a full game behind the Flash, who are currently winning handily at home and looking to improve to 7-0. Craig Elston with Nate Abadia. Let's go down on the field now and welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew, Melissa May.
The Sockers players are without a few notable players tonight, including Captain Craig Childs. He re-aggravated a hamstring injury, as well as Luis Pivi Ortega is suffering from a hamstring injury as well, and Iram Pollo Ruiz is still nursing that groin injury he suffered a few weeks ago. And Eric Tovar is also going to be out. He's serving that 1-game suspension for the scuffle he had with Sonora last Sunday. It's going to be a true test for the Sockers bench tonight to get that W against Ontario. Craig, Nate, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And there was a change in the lineup, even from warm-up to starting lineup, Nate, as on the official lineup that was handed in to the MASL, Eddie Velez was originally in that lineup, running as the third forward tonight. He has been scratched for Zé Roberto, the 41-year-old veteran, on the list. I just saw Eddie running out there. But Zay is the man who was listed on the score sheet. So let's add to this delightful stew of injury, that Brian Farber didn't get out of his bed until Friday this week. Told me that day was the first day of the new year that he had an actual meal. He was deathly sick all week long, never trained, never practiced, only got out of his bed basically yesterday, and is expected to start and play pretty heavy minutes tonight, given how shorthanded the Sockers are.
You're feeling okay, right?
I feel great.
I just want to make abundantly sure. You're
feeling
okay.
Good. Feeling good, feeling great.
You're okay, I'm okay. Sockers battling the sickness bugs. Eddie Velez is out there in uniform, actually, so we're going to have a...
So, okay, I don't know what official lineups mean anymore.
Scratches on scratches, but finishing up on the illness, the injury bug. Sockers are going to be tested tonight. This is what it's all about. This is a test of many things, mental and physical strength here, and that word depth. We talk about it so much with this Sockers team. Tonight where a lot of guys are going to have to step up. There's an opportunity for a lot of different Sockers players to make some noise. Let's have it. Sockers in Ontario. Sundays are for football. Senor Elston.
We told you about those white with yellow collared tops, blue shorts, yellow socks, the classic Sockers look from the 80s and early 90s. Ontario in their black trimmed in red, black shorts, black socks. They'll run left to right across your screen in this opening 15 minutes. The Sockers will run right to left. Ryan Sigich and Graham Florence are our two referees on the field. Arnold Baldo is our assistant referee in the box, joined by Samantha Martinez. 15 minutes are on the clock. The Sockers in Ontario, Fury ready to go. Fury 2-3, Sockers 6-1. And that famous goalkeeping matchup, Boris Pardo versus Chris Toth, teammates for 2 years in San Diego. Now their second year as intra-divisional rivals. And Toth, who always likes to handle the ball, bringing it forward to the red-hot Frank Taillou with 13 goals, as we mentioned in the open, in his last 3 matches, 15 overall, which leads the MASL. He's had at least one in each of the 5 matches for Ontario, but he had only one in their 2 season opening losses, and since then has burst out in a big way.
Toth to Debray Holloman, the San Diego State product, Aztec for life. Justin Stinson, his pass was behind and allowed Slaviša Ubaparapovic to pick it off.
Starting line there, Craig, of Slav, Escoto, and Leo out there playing together. We haven't seen that trio all too much. Maybe it's the injuries. Maybe there's something more to it. Farber was in acres of space there screaming for the ball, but I loved seeing that trio. I'd like to see them out there again together and see what they can muster up and see if they can get each other motivated and get each other hot when it comes to scoring and assisting.
It's into two Fury players and short hops the southern wall. Headed forward by Stinson, who's making a push. That ball's in Leo's legs. Squirted through one of the younger Fury, rookie Stefan Flora. And now it's over to the north side with Brian Farber working it across the midfield stripe. Opening 90 seconds, just settling in here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Sundays are for football indeed. This is the last of 4 consecutive Sunday home matches for the Sockers. They'll be back 2 Sundays from now for their next home match. That'll be January 19th against the Mesquite Outlaws, at which point San Diego will have played 9 matches, 7 at home. Taylor Bond. That ball squirted past Escoto on the north wall, and he recovers. Of course, things will change, and sharply.
Yes. Things will even out as far as the road games and home games.
Nice dummy. Cesar Cerda coming in on the wall. Cerda into the corner. Cesar tips it back. Taylor Bond. Bond looking for the shot. Deflected by Uzi Tayu and lifted out.
It'll be that period really from that game against Mesquite on the 19th till about mid-February. That's when the road games are going to catch up with all these home dates that the Sockers have had early on.
It'll be a 6-match road trip for San Diego, as
there
a matter
you go.
of fact.
That'll take a big chunk out of it.
Yeah, they will go to Harrisburg and Baltimore.
Oh.
Here, give and go. Akiri is in, and Toth was able, with a scrambling move, to block that pass.
And barely inside the area there, Chris Toth. Really
Uzi
handling
Tayu,
it.
speaking of acres of space, had to wait for the ball and then miskicked it all the way back into empty space in his defensive zone, and he comes off on a line change. Frank Tayu just camped out in the box up top. As the veteran Israel Cisse, the all-time Fury leader in games played, wearing the captain's armband tonight, works from the south wall. We mentioned it in the open, but it certainly bears repeating. Jermaine Jones is not in the lineup for the second time this year. Shot blocked by Eddie Velez on Frank Tayu. And from what we heard from Ontario officials was that it was a coach's decision and that Jones is a healthy scratch tonight. He is not in the building.
Certainly raises some eyebrows, and we'll leave it at that.
Reza in a bit of a shoving match down there. This one's going to come through to Joseph Kyrell. Kyrell working in tight quarters through Stinson and back out top to Cisse as the 4th minute creeps off the clock and heads off into the San Diego dusk. This one bangs off the Sockers goal wall.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nifty footwork in between 2 men. Then cuts the ball away to Pittman, but behind him, killing the counter and leading to a line change for San Diego.
That was one of the brilliant defensive moments there from Cerda.
Escoto, it's Slav up top. Slav one-touch pass, brings it over to the wall. Piffer off the wall. Escoto driving in. Brandon Escoto trying for another wall pass. That one pinballed. Leo's got it. Leo with a trio around him. That's De Oliveira in his office. And back to Guerrero Pino, who will be our halftime guest this evening on MASL TV. Brandon Escoto with a shot from outside. Toth saw it all the way.
Encouraging. There it is. I like that from Escoto. Talk about opportunities to come in off that right foot, get that shoulder dip, that trademark Escoto shoulder dip onto that left foot. Next one could be his. You love seeing that from Brandon.
I think we've kind of casually noted through the first quarter plus of the season Escoto's not diminished role in the offense, but how he's been the top focus of many defenses. On a night like tonight, no Childs, no Tovar, no Pollo, no Peewee. Tonight, the Sockers need Brandon Escoto to score. As we take a look at this one, as Piffer was brought down.
Clear foul in the midfield. Quick restart.
Easy call as the 5th minute is gone now. Last time, only time these two teams met this year, it was a 4-2 Sockers victory back on December 13th. Long ball, Pardo to Pino. Pino space to the middle. Pino shot!
Oh.
One-handed save, Toth. Took a deflection, and Toth was up to the task.
Took a wicked deflection. Wrong-footed him completely, and he still got that left paw down.
Looking for Slav. The Skoto's ball, just a step off.
Strong stuff there in the end by DeBray Holloman.
Toth just punts.
And that's Holloman, a very strong player who last time in this building had a bit of a horror moment in the third quarter, if I remember correctly, getting knocked off of one.
Yep.
And so Holloman's definitely got a bone to pick here tonight for DeBray to back to that strength that he shows so well, going back to his days as an Aztec.
Chest pass, looking for the flying Farber. The whistle goes against Ontario. Fury were calling for a Farber handball.
I was thinking the same thing from way out here, but Farber may have been nudged from behind, causing that handball. We'll get a second look at it right here. There's minimal contact from behind. I think the Ontario players have a reasonable claim there, but the Sockers, they have a set piece in a dangerous area.
And they've got Leo in the middle here if Cesar Cerda can get him the ball. Free kick to open the 7th minute. Cerda will just shoot it into the wall.
Tayu with the block. How about that?
That's his first of the year.
And Tayu with the takeaway.
And now Tayu's trailing the counterattack and hoping for a pass.
Frank Tayu, the defenseman.
What happened?
How about you now, King?
Juan Tepete, longtime former soccer, chipping it over to Israel Cisse. As Tayu makes a lot of run in the box, it's Nestor Hernandez, the former sidekick shot. That was deflected. And Pardo was able to pin it to the wall by the LA Fitness sign. Changes for both clubs on the fly. Here's Pino. Some space at midfield. Guerrero Pino looking for Gutierrez! Off the wall! Just missed with the left foot. Great look by Pino. That one hopping on the short wall and staying in play. Ray Contreras gathered it back for San Diego as the 7th minute expires. Gutierrez, long forward. It's Velez. Velez trying to dig out of the double team. He almost did, but drew a whistle as a result. And he helps Nestor Hernandez back to his feet.
Strong stuff out there from Justin Stinson as well moments ago. We're going to see on the replay here that flying opportunity from Gutierrez, and he almost tucked that thing in. Toth trying to just come out and get big.
Here's Charlie Gonzalez on the run. Gonzalez with a step to the middle. Aguirre was there to read it off of Tayu's foot. Sent back by Cardona. Foul called against Eddie Velez. And we've got our officials time out. So we're about halfway through this first half. 7:40 left to play. No score between the Sockers and the Ontario Fury. And we remind you, MASL Primetime is the new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday on MASL.tv as Alex Baschavansky hosts the 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. Make sure to catch every episode of MASL Primetime. They're all archived on the MASL.tv website as well on YouTube. Go to MASLsoccer.com and check out every Friday the latest episode.
It's a great show, and even more so, an irresistible on-air read.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So much so that I might want to hear it again later.
And you might.
Just
you know what
maybe.
else you might hear more
Just
than
maybe.
once? The Sockers have a brand new app. Please take out your smartphone, go to your app store, search for the Sockers app, and download it right now. You'll get points for every Sockers match or event you attend with a chance to redeem those points for great rewards. Plus, it's your one-stop shop for all Sockers news, sponsor deals, links to live broadcasts, flash sales are coming, so much more. So just do this favor. Go to your app store now. Download the new Sockers app tonight. Let's do it. We can do this, gang. We can download apps for free. We can get the job done. The Fury, just about the edge of the offensive third here. Justin Stinson rolls it back. Set piece to get Stinson to the half wall with Tayu posting up low across to the brother Uzi Tayu. They're a package deal. Uzi's got a handful of dissenters in the crowd. To them, he's boozy, Taiyu. Not that he's boozy. His name is Uzi, but they're booing him.
I'm just going to let you roll with this.
Maybe they read his Twitter feed last weekend. Who knows?
Taiyu to Taiyu here.
Much love, Uzi. Here's a good battle, and it's come out for the shot. Oh, Pardo! As Aguirre was working one-on-one against Taiyu. It was the shot from the wing that was dangerous.
And it all started with kind of a half knockback there from Frank Taiyu. That's what he can do. You pay so much attention to him, and almost two defenders drawn to him in the end. There's an open space for a player to come through and take a shot. Sockers get off easy there.
Leo skips the ball back to keep possession to Slaviša Uba-Peripović. Here's Leo in the midfield. Back to Slav. Slav let it go through to Aguirre. He was at the end of his shift. Ray Reza coming on now. Reza had made the run. Leo didn't send him the ball. That one, Escoto was watching, and it's been turned over. Holloman had sprung and could have had an open run up the north wall. Escoto didn't stay with his man, but the ball rotated the other direction, thankfully for San Diego. Foul called on Hernandez, bumping Leo right in front of the benches. Hey, bring your family to the next Sockers home game on January 19th. Do so with our family 4-pack. It's one of the best sports values in San Diego. You get 4 corner loge seats, 4 hot dogs, and 4 drinks for just $79, and that's with parking absolutely free for every Sockers home match for every patron who attends. So go to Sockers.com or call 866-799-GOAL. Get your family 4-pack for our January 19th match against the Mesquite Outlaws. Reza shed Holloman like the store mannequin, but his shot was off left post, and now it's the counter. One-man counter. It's Justin Stinson by himself, punched away by Pardo, and headed back to the waiting grasp of the keeper, Pittman.
Travi P out there for the first time. Tried to sneak out a couple of minutes ago and got called back, and now he is out there.
Pittman to Sarada, and now Slav's got a shot! Just wide. Good opportunity. We've seen him score from there before. Frank Taiyu was trying to wait for the counterattack. Great hustle by Slav. 3v1. Slav, Bond, score! Taylor Bond has the Sockers out on the good foot on this Sunday night.
Patience, a virtue. And Taylor Bond shows it here. Watch this. One move, calm, finish, composure in front of the net. Taylor Bond, known by so many around this league as an open field player. This is a brilliant bit of dazzling skill in tight quarters to give the Sockers a 1-0 lead.
Bond's second of the year, second in 2 matches. Slav gets the assist, his team leading 14th point of the year. 1-0 San Diego with the goal at 9:39 of the first. And we're going to hear a raucous call and response from the one-syllable goal scorer.
Taylor!
Thank you. Bond's second of the year from Uba-Peripović. Here's the fly pass for Piffer from Escoto. Piffer bodying Nestor Hernandez in the corner, and the ball's to Toth's foot. Over the head, barely. Taiyu able to get a nudge on that.
I do want to go back to that Sockers goal and the 3-on-1 that had developed right there.
Escoto to the left foot, stops, draws 2, needs to get that ball moving. Tried to fight through the double team, ball squirted out on the edge, kept alive by Eddie. Eddie cuts it open, Piffer, shot blocked by Cisse. And Taiyu tracks down the loose ball. I think if I can pick up on your thought there, Taiyu was kind of waiting for a counterattack to develop in midfield, and Uba-Peripović out-hustled the situation and stole back the ball there.
That's a great ball from Pino here.
Finding Escoto. The man in the middle is Leo. His shot deflected out of bounds.
I want to wrap up real quick. It was on the 3-on-1 after the takeaway that you talk about right there. There were 2 runs on, first from Travis Pittman around the outside. And we'll get a good look at it here, a really good look on this replay. It's Pittman over on that far side that takes just that little bit of concentration away from that trailing defender, who's then scrambling as he comes in once Bond receives. So every little detail there was inch perfect. Not so much on the volley attempt from Cesar Cerda.
Sort of missed by about an inch.
But
The ball.
that 3-on-1, you see him practice so often. Doesn't matter. Outdoor, indoor, spacing also important. There's really good stuff from Travis Pittman. The detail over on that far side, and Slavica, it looked like the right pass would have been to Pittman.
Correct.
And then actually played it short to Bond, with Pittman making that distracting run in the end.
So many times those runs that don't get any points credited to them are the true reason behind the goal. Oh, a steal, but the whistle. Leo on Uzi on the wall there.
Uzi was getting knocked around quite a bit here. Uzi is a guy who's going to stay on his feet for as long as he can there, and I think the last little bit of contact was kind of just the straw that broke the camel's back for the whistle on that occasion.
Cisse off the bench as Taiyu goes on the bench.
Good to see Uzi out. Uzi didn't play all too much the last time these two teams went at it.
This one's just going to find its way to Pardo. As we approach 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Long ball. That one actually went off Kyrell, but Farber was able to track it. He's got Bond. Tries to put Bond into the corner, and he does. Bond's got 2 men around him now. Can he get the ball out of there? It's
Almost.
Gonna bounce to Toth.
Almost, Craig. Taylor Bond showing a different side of his game tonight. I like what I'm seeing.
And he's running as that second forward. And as such, he's going to get a good 20 minutes up top tonight at least. Previously, Bond's been doing a lot of defensive running for either Childs or Leo, and now he's getting to actually show the offensive side. Speaking of offense, here he is on the turn, just missing, and the whistle was called. They were playing advantage down low. Aguirre is called for the foul. Set piece coming as Taiyu issued his complaint. There's Graham Florence, along with Ryan Sigich, our 2 veteran officials out on the floor. Florence was one of the officials for the WMF World Cup. Into the middle, looking for Topete. And now it's Cerda. Good pressure by Taiyu. Look out!
Aguirre.
Last chance, Aguirre.
Back to back. It was Aguirre with the first knockaway and the second.
Tremendous defense by the 25-year-old from Guadalajara. Now he's got to look out as Taiyu's waiting on the back post.
It's in. It's in.
Score. No. No goal.
Oh, that had to cross. Oh, wow.
Pardo with the scoop off the line. That's the call.
And it was Aguirre having to track Taiyu, and the shot gets taken and ends up bouncing right off of Taiyu and shortly into the goal, but they say Pardo prevented it from crossing all the way. Well, okay then.
Got to go 100% over. It's a real shame that our Califino replay truck broke right for that play, and we have literally no replays at all. So we can't confirm or deny that call, Craig said with tongue firmly in cheek.
Echoes
Hey,
of
we've gotten past the whistle now, boys. We're safe. So
echoes of VAR.
yeah, the VAR call was, I heard it faintly from the Inland Empire.
Oh,
but,
man, oh, man.
that's as close to a goal without being a goal as it can be, essentially.
Well, Taiyu would have liked to have surely would have liked to have gotten more on it. He didn't get hardly anything, but it still seemed like it was enough, almost given away by Holloman.
But now 3 Sockers behind the play. Look out. Here's Marcus Jordan, his first appearance of the year for the Fury. Rolled it out to Uzi. Just missed.
And off of Pardo, off the boards.
Would have been a surprising Taiyu score. Not that Taiyu scored, but that it was 70, not 15. Final minute of the first quarter. Sockers would love to get out of this quarter 1-0.
One Taiyu off, one Taiyu back on.
Yep.
Frank creeping towards the back post.
And Pino's ready.
Love that matchup. You gotta love that matchup. Such a class 1v1 right here.
Here's the feed. Taiyu waiting. Here comes the double team. Ray Contreras right on time to dispossess. Escoto out of position for a moment there. And now gets a lovely touch, but Velez was held by Cisse on the run. Out of bounds. Should be San Diego's ball, but it won't be. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Topete. The waning seconds. Taiyu wants to make them count. Frank with the spin on the wall, trying to take on Pino. Shed him for just a moment, but shot it off the wall. With 1 second, Pino can dribble out the clock in the first quarter. 15 minutes complete. Taylor Bond finishing a 3-on-1. Slaviša Uba-Parapovic set him up with hustle and then with the pass. 1 quarter in the books, 1-0 San Diego. We take a break on MASL TV.
Califino Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life. Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco. Next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the wait. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Ron Newman Field. The Sockers leading the Ontario Fury 1-0. A fresh 15 minutes on the clock. 2 teams switch sides. Sockers will attack left to right across your screen as we look down from the top row of the north side terrace section of the PASD. And the Fury will run right to left. Drawing a double team, Leo draws a foul and creates a set piece opportunity for San Diego in the opening 15 seconds of this frame. Changes the personnel out there as Slaviša, Escoto, Cerda, and Bond run on with Leo. And a 2-man wall of Hernandez and Jordan. Tipped out. It's Escoto. Now it's Cerda!
Oh.
He rams the crossbar.
Wow. Well, we
Lovely
focused on him
setup.
in the pregame, Craig. And that was almost Cesar Cerda doing what he does best. Coming in for those scoring opportunities as a defenseman. As a defender for this Arena Soccer League team, he's still such a scoring threat. You saw why right there. Almost.
Wicked left foot. This one's going to hit the top of the wall and stay in play. And Cerda serves it.
Look at that turn.
through
Oh,
Pardo.
well.
I'll call the handy on Gutierrez.
It was such a nice turn because he brought it down with his forearm.
Hernandez.
I was thinking just Velcro touch with the knee there, Christian. My goodness.
Would
Oh,
be something,
well.
huh?
Well, okay.
With the hand, Velcro
Okay.
touch.
Okay.
Not so good. Better in the NFL. Here's Charlie Gonzalez. Fighting Tayu. Tayu tried to leave it off for the runner Hernandez.
I think it was just all he could do there because it was
Yeah.
good stuff. On the
Aguirre,
defensive
once
effort
again.
there from Aguirre.
Farber doesn't have that burst after being sick all week. Charlie
No,
Gonzalez.
he'll get it. I feel like he'll get it as this game goes on. The adrenaline's going to kick in.
Slav, close quarter battle. Escoto to Leo. Make it Leo on Cisse.
Look at this. Look at
Leo
this.
keeps it alive.
Brilliant.
Sigic had to get out of the way as Escoto runs on the ball. Make it Cerda to Slav. Slav circling out of the left. Crosses. Whistle and a foul holding against Ontario. Tugging on Superman's cape there as Slav went by. And so, a free kick. This would be a perfect time for Slav just to take a crack. Slav took a crack off of Nestor Hernandez's hip. Cerda takes a crack, deflected off Cardona. And it comes to Charlie Gonzalez. First half, tense, close. It was 1-0 after one quarter last time these two clubs met. And the Sockers put 3 past Christoth in the second and took a 4-0 lead into intermission. We'll see how this stanza compares to that one a few weeks ago. Tayu and Pino and Pittman and collision and foul. And ready in the opening position for a snow angel there was Frank Tayu.
We're going to get a second look here, Craig. The first shove in the back and then the shoulder to the jaw. I mean, Tayu takes a lick and it keeps on ticking, man. So much respect for what this guy goes through, because so often, with so many players like that, they don't get the foul calls that so many other players would.
Here's the set piece looking for Stinson. That ball corkscrewed off of his right foot.
It takes taking a shove in the back from one guy, another shove, and then a shoulder to the jaw in order to get the foul call there. So Tayu, I feel like, needs a moment. And he's off right now. Uzi back on.
Yes.
But as far as Frank Tayu, that 3-time MVP, a little shaken up at the end of that play.
Good play by Joseph Kyrell. Now Stinson trying to get it past Pino.
I think the hand was up there. Hand was up from Pino.
And that's a blue card on Guerrero Pino for the hand to the face.
We're going to see it again. And you watch the right arm right here.
Yeah.
And it was when it got caught up there. That first swing back could have been by chance. Not right about here, but it's as soon as it goes up and shoves out. It's certainly, by the letter of the law, the foul there on Pino
now
to
there's
prevent.
A yellow, and I'm not sure if that's on Frank. I think Frank just got a yellow.
That's the last thing Ontario would have wanted.
Yeah, look at this.
Although I talked about him maybe needing a moment.
He's going to get 5 minutes.
He's going to get 5 full minutes and then come out refreshed. Ontario are going to be on the power play, but without a guy they'd probably want out there on the power play.
Surprising. So, as Ryan Sigachu is the MASL head of officials, makes that call. Now it's a power play for Ontario. Just the second of the year for the Fury. They're 1 for 1 on the season. So it'll count either to 10:43 remaining or to a Fury goal, which could equalize the affair. Currently 1-0 San Diego. Sockers have not been great. Unsportsmanlike is what Frank got. Here's the shot and the goal. It's Stinson. As Pardo couldn't get over to the near post, Stinson, 6th of the year, quickly equalizes and converts the power play.
How's that for a power play?
Well, San Diego's PK continues to struggle. They've allowed 7 in 12 tries.
Took him 19 seconds, Ontario. Led at the top by good old Charlie.
That's the. I'm sorry, Boris has to make that.
And
save.
then tucked in the end by Stinson from that tight angle.
Tell me if you disagree. Watch it again.
We'll get a good angle here. Everybody's scrambling on the power play. Boris going back to the near post and
got megged.
Just gets megged in the end of it. It's a tough one. He's moving laterally, and in this sport, that's why you keep those passes on that power play, moving laterally like that, and have those footsteps going left and right. And in the end, Boris just couldn't get the wickets closed. 1-1.
That goal at 2:37 of the second quarter, and we are even up at 1 apiece. 3rd minute off that second quarter clock. Oh, good touch and turn. Hernandez is in. 2v1. Hernandez! The save by Pardo, point blank.
There
and
you go.
Wide open Justin Stinson at the free throw line there. Escoto was trying for a glorious run, and Tepete dispossessed him. Sockers start to pressure up high, but missed the pass. Here comes Ontario with a chance to counter. Open space. Tepete. Still 3 Sockers behind the play. Now they catch up. Charlie Gonzalez and Piffer, who did the catching up, caught up to the ball. The Brasileño, a giveaway. Pardo makes a point-blank foot save to keep the Sockers in level terms.
And Boris has a few choice words with Luis Piffer and anybody else in the vicinity here. Boris to the rescue on that occasion. If the first goal that he let in was soft, that was a bailout for his team right there.
Cardona across to Joseph Kyrell, exit Tacoma. Out to Charlie Gonzalez. Given name, Juan Carlos. Kyrell. And Gonzalez. Looking for Kyrell now in the corner. Leo comes out to challenge. Kyrell falls to the turf and draws a call. Let's see the severity of this one as Leo gets the whistle. The ball was a good idea. Looked like phantom contact. And here comes the free kick. Timeout called by Ontario. Still about 3.5 minutes left in that penalty on the yellow card to Frank Taiu. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Second quarter action. Sockers and Fury tied at 1 on MASL TV.
Galifino Tequila. Treat yourself to the finer things in life.
Stay connected to the Sockers all season long with Sockers Overtime, the podcast that gives you an inside look at your San Diego Sockers. Myself and Nate Abarea bring you weekly recaps, previews, exclusive inside info, interviews, and more, presented proudly by 3 Punk Ales Brewing in Chula Vista, where 2 weeks from now we'll do a live taping of Sockers Overtime. Subscribe to Sockers Overtime. Just pull out your phone, go to that podcast app, search and subscribe. It's free wherever you get your podcasts. One of our most popular podcasts of the season this week, quite possibly because it was titled Arena Talk and...
You know San Diego loves Arena Talk.
Arena Talk that rocks.
They love it. They've loved it ever since I got here.
It's a dangerous set piece for a team that is at their most dangerous on set pieces, the Ontario Fury. Charlie Gonzalez sends it out to Pete. He's got the shot. Oh! He hit the post.
Oh, man.
Perfectly designed for Ontario. And unfortunate for the Fury on the finish. Cisse stepping over and tiptoeing in. Works the wall, and Charlie Gonzalez has got the assist tonight. Off the wall, kicked out by Pardo. Cisse was lurking. Teammates in Australia with the WMF World Cup for Team USA, Pardo and Cisse. Ontario looking strong the last few minutes. Interestingly, with Frank on the bench, the attacks looked pretty diversified. Kyrell, Cisse, and Gonzalez on the move, on the attack. Farber coming in, shading to force the ball passed out to Cisse. Now Bond will be the tip of the spear defensively. Working on Edson Cardona, the rookie. Over to Cisse. And back to Kyrell. Fifth minute of the second quarter gone. 20 minutes in the match gone. 1/3 of the way home. 1-1 the score. Sockers and Fury, just about what we'd expect. Resetting some of the storylines tonight. Ontario's Jermaine Jones, a coach's decision scratch from this lineup. There's a giveaway. It's Stinson in 1v1. Stinson scores! Woo! The 22-year-old out of St. Louis pulls out the bow and arrow and shoots one after a beautiful crack to put Ontario on top, 2-1.
It's a bad giveaway. The Sockers feel like they have themselves to blame as Contreras was carrying out, but take nothing away from that finish in the end. Pick your spot. Cool as you like. I was talking about Justin Stinson a few minutes ago, and now he's bagged a brace in the time since.
So that one is on Ray Contreras.
Yeah,
pretty
absolutely.
Plain and simple. That's a bad mistake. And here's another one. As Marcus Jordan was out alone, now he's trying to send Kyrell in on the corner. Sockers defense leaving a lot to be desired in this second quarter so far. From front to back, honestly. And Taiu just is he who watches and waits, serving out his yellow card. And since he's gone off the floor, Ontario's up 2-0.
And he's going to come back rested and hungry and ready to go get one himself.
All that. I mean, if you kind of count Taiyu as minimum being good for one, you know the Sockers need minimum 3 more tonight to win. It's a weird way of thinking about it, but it is a way of thinking about it.
It's been a real tactical approach from both sides in this game.
Charlie Gonzalez. Charlie stepping to the middle, and the kick save by Pardo to rescue a potential third goal for the Fury in the quarter. As Gutierrez got turned, this ball's loose on the wall. The battle continues. It's still loose. It's a shot, and off the post.
Oh,
missing
second
the
save.
hat trick. Charlie.
The second save in there. Off the rebound from Stinson.
Yep.
Oh, man. Boris Pardo racking up the saves here. The first shot right here. Watch this off the post, then watch the rebound chance from Stinson here. Well, just before the cutoff there. Just after, I should say.
Stinson almost got his hattie. Almost got a natural hat trick. Leo, quiet this match so far against his former team. You know, he wants to speak as well. 2-1 Ontario. Fury have been, I'm just going to say, easily the better team in this quarter after a tactical quarter. Good collision, and there's the 3v2. Here's Escoto. And Toth on the challenge. Came way out to deny Escoto. Great play by Chris Toth.
That was really strong from Chris Toth right there. Kind of put Brandon Escoto off a half a step.
Leo looking, finds Escoto.
Good ball.
Escoto, shoulder dip, shoots. That one tipped by Toth.
Big save.
Leo in the air, bumps into his own man. Great move to rescue the ball, but it needed to go to Slav.
Ooh.
And then Nestor just puts Serta in the popcorn machine. Leo battling from behind, playing advantage. No whistle.
That was calm from Slaviša Beparapovic
Yes,
at the back.
sir.
Whew, talk about zen.
Wow.
Almost thought a whistle had gone and I hadn't heard it. That was just Slaviša meditating and saying, everyone, we're running on my time. Let's cool things down here for a second.
Serta happy not to be pulling the ball out of the net. Now he's trying to get an assist. Here comes Cesar Serta, working it to Pittman. The lefty off the wall. Serta couldn't track that ball on the rebound. Now here comes the red-hot Justin Stinson. And he draws the foul. Of all the signings in the offseason, a very busy offseason for the Ontario Fury, Justin Stinson might be the best of them all when it's said and done. And you see him in close with Velez, and he went down and he drew the whistle. Great quarter for the Ontario Fury. Edson Cardona. Back to Cisse. Now Hernandez got dispossessed. Velez and Aguirre teaming up. Pittman has Reza making a run. Travis Pittman stepping to the middle, stepping to that left foot.
Ooh.
Right into the belly of Chris Toth. We talked about resetting some storylines. Piffer, there's the foul on Stinson. We mentioned Jones not being in. However, the Sockers are without 3 of their 5 best players tonight, 4 of their top 10. With Craig Child, this ball got past Cisse, but too hard. It went back to Toth. Velez had nothing to do with it. So no Childs, no Eric Tovar, but the 2 big losses to me, Pee Wee Ortega, number 1, who has been the top defender for San Diego this year and one of their best 2-way players. And then Iran Poya Ruiz missing a 3rd match for San Diego. A big loss for the Sockers. Brian Farber playing sick and has not been a factor tonight so far as we reach the officials' timeout here with 5:23 left in the first half. And the Fury leading the Sockers 2-1. Let's take a 30-second time. Oh, well, hang on, guys. Before we do, it looks like they have waved off that timeout. They have. We're going to stay here, and so we'll keep it here. So it's a, I don't want to say makeshift lineup for the Sockers, but a number of players who have not been drawing in are in the lineup tonight. Eddie Velez, Raimundo Reza, Luis Piffer, Travis Pittman.
Opportunities. I'm telling you, it's the way I'm seeing it. It's opportunities for guys to step up and show that when this squad is at quote-unquote full strength, that they should be player number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, something in that range, or work into certain positions and times where Sockers always need goal scorers, and someone can step up. And
Frank's back out, by the way.
Speaking of goal scorers, that's a tough handball. Piffer trying to say shoulder, but just finishing up on that. If a few players out there saw Taylor Bond get that goal earlier tonight, and you're thinking confidence for goal scorers, you can never have enough players who are confident with the ball at their feet. And again, tough handball against Piffer there. I'd love to see some new guys get on the score sheet tonight for San Diego.
Shot blocked by Piffer.
And when I say new guys, I mean any of those players that you mentioned, Craig.
Sure. Great Viking clap getting the crowd going here. Let's see if the Sockers can respond. Nice turn by Stinson in the middle of the field. As Tayu maps his way out, Charlie Gonzalez hovers on the ball. To Stinson, to Tayu. Bond, perfectly timed double team, but look out in the air.
Ooh.
Headed by Pardo. Wow. And then knocked out of play by Tepete. Quick restart. Piffer was not anticipating that at all. Sockers are discombobulated right now. And they're in trouble. And Pino had to commit that foul, or else it was going to be 2v1.
Foul against Tayu.
What?
Foul against Tayu. A tough one against Frank.
Interesting. Okay.
Saying late with the push here. He reached out. He grabbed Guerrero Pino. That was a good call. Did not see that in real time. Just actually caught a replay up on the Jumbotron above. That was a sneaky foul there from Frank Tayu that he nearly got away with.
Escoto tried to take Hernandez, and Hernandez took him instead.
Talk about sneaky.
Nestor
What a
Hernandez.
takeaway from Nestor.
Off the wall. Pino was there to read it all the way. Under 4 minutes to go in a second quarter. That has not gone the Sockers' way.
Nestor just took that away from Brandon Escoto and bolted the other way.
Yeah, just pickpocketed.
I mean, that was, I don't want to say like taking candy from a baby, but Escoto's got to rise up, man, because we saw all throughout last year.
Stinson beats Bond. Stinson comes in, and the sharp-angled save, but the whistle was trailing the play by Florence. This will be a great set piece, and Stinson said it should have been a blue card.
I don't want to be too hard on Brandon Escoto. We'll get back to that in a second here. The foul for that tug on Bond. I think the right call there with the advantage played, and ultimately it brought back for the set piece. But that play from Nestor Hernandez that we're half joking about there, that doesn't happen to Brandon Escoto last season.
Right.
It just doesn't.
Charlie. And the lob intended for Stinson. Christian Gutierrez was able to head it away. Now back to Stinson. And he is proving to be a tough mark. Stop and go move there as Charlie Gonzalez plays it. Tayu shot it out of the air. A one-man play that Pardo was able to read. Sockers looking for the counter. Bond says, I'm open. And they found him, and he scores! What an assist by Brian Farber! An absolute thing of beauty! And a better finish by Bondo, who's got a brace.
What a finish! What a ball! And what a finish! First time, tres dedos action from Farber, and it's the other side of the foot from Bond. Watch this, the throw out from Boris. The ball with the outside of the right foot from Farber, and it was the inside of the right foot of Taylor Bond. And it's Sockers 2, Fury 2. It's also Bond 2, Stinson 2. The unsung heroes stepping up and scoring goals.
The prides of the Midwest. One from St. Charles, Illinois. The other from St. Charles, Missouri. This is St. Charles Place on the Monopoly board. Here's Uzi. Uzi. Turning Pittman, shooting off the wall. Rebound.
Oh!
Pardo on the deck. One hands it away.
Prevents an own goal, and it was as good as any save he's made all night. Man, oh man, what a game from Boris thus far.
Yes. Cisse working on Contreras. Off the wall again. Sockers are getting beat on speed on the right flank. It's happened about 3 times this quarter. Now that one, bad ricochet, got away from Leo. This could have been 3-2 Fury.
Yeah, check this out, Craig. Uzi Tayu off glass. And it was the almost unlucky knee of Emmanuel Aguirre with the big old paw of Boris Pardo. Like a big old kitty cat in goal, jumping up and keeping that thing out. That was impressive.
Here's Charlie Gonzalez, and that ball loose, and Escoto had to try and dig out, and he hasn't found it yet. Back to Tepete. Now it's Contreras in close, and look out. Reza lifts one up high. Headed, it's Escoto. Escoto's ahead, and now behind the defense. Defense caught up fast on Brandon Escoto. He's got Leo, tried to send in Leo to the wall, mistimed. Brandon Escoto's just a tear, just a touch off right now, a hair off. And it's led to several unfortunate circumstances in this quarter for San Diego. That touch is just a hair off. Escoto trying to make up for it. Any second touch could be the one. And no matter how he's playing, the double team finds him anyway. And he says, forget it, I'm out of here. Here's Reza. Reza to the runner, Contreras, but the ball ran up his leg, still loose, kicked out to Cardona. And rubbed back to Bond. Bond's got it. 1 minute left in the half. Minute number 30. Jordan took a tumble.
What a tackle that was. What a tackle that was from Nestor Hernandez.
The magic minute for San Diego? Well, let's find out. Bondo back, and a great save by Toth. Farber sees a flying Toth, but that ball never touched him. And it whizzed by, and there's Cisse down.
Israel Cisse down and clutching his knee.
Yeah, he is not. That doesn't look good. Let's see what happened to the veteran leader of the Fury. Keep an eye on 23.
I think he might have just twisted it. Oh, he might have twisted it.
Non-contact, but he went down hard.
It says he's jumping too, so as he comes down.
It makes you wonder. That's when you see a non-contact like that, it can be nothing or it can be very serious. He was already a little struggling.
No, it's right there.
Oh, gosh.
The left knee.
You hope it's not what you think it might be when you see a player react that way, which is the type of injury that can keep you out a long time. And we want nothing like that for a great guy who's been a great representative for the Inland Empire for a long time. But you can see that the right knee is really in pain for Israel Cisse as he's worked upon by athletic trainer Jennifer Hawk. Now this is encouraging as he's up, and the putting weight situation isn't really there. And in fact, he's going to get help from a couple of his teammates in Australia, Uzi Tayu and Slaviša Beparapovic.
Hey, and this is obviously not what you want to see in the sense of a great professional and a great player in this league, Israel Cisse, being injured, but seeing Slaviša Beparapovic and Frank Tayu helping Israel Cisse off the pitch together there, that was a beautiful moment in some non-beautiful circumstances, and hopefully Israel Cisse is not seriously hurt and there's no sort of tear or serious knee injury as a result of that play that we just saw. But credit to Tayu and actually Uzi Tayu there and Slaviša Beparapovic. A beautiful moment nonetheless.
Here's Farber. Farber top of the box, tried to turn into a triple team. That wasn't going to end any way other than this. But then a bad ball.
Ooh.
Slav trying to counter it back. Cerda surveys and plays it back. It's Aguirre. The lefty. Oh, the curving shot. Toth makes the grab. 12 seconds left in the quarter and the half. Coming up, we'll hear from veteran defender Guerrero Pino on our halftime interview. Toth, that ball deflected by Leo, but lucky for Toth. Nobody there but a man in Fury Red and Black to close out the half.
And Toth yelled, locker room, now.
2 for Ontario in the quarter, both from Justin Stinson. 1 on the power play at 2:37. 1 unassisted on a giveaway at 5:26. But the Sockers answer back. Great vision by Brian Farber coming off the bench, accepting a pass from Boris Pardo and finding Taylor Bond across 2 lines, and Bond with a 1-touch out of the air and on the ground to beat Chris Toth for his second goal of the game. So Bond has 2 for San Diego. Stinson has 2 for Ontario. 30 minutes are complete and 30 are left to play from Ron Newman Field at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. We are awaiting head coach Phil Salvaggio to find his way over to our halftime with Melissa May. We do appreciate that Phil, no matter how many times he's been asked, says family comes first. And we do actually appreciate that. And there's our man. You can see him crawling across your screen, about to be enveloped by the scoreboard graphic. Sockers will be back out on even strength in the third quarter, and this crowd really grew in the first half hour of tonight's match. Sockers 2, Fury 2, Retro Night. Melissa May with Phil Salvaggio on the floor.
Coach, what are your first impressions of the retro jerseys honoring the 1989-1990 squad?
Anytime we go back to the olden days, I love it. You know, those old Sockers made today's soccer, so anytime we can represent them, I respect it.
So you had to make some significant adjustments to your lineup today with all the injuries that you had to deal with. What was the biggest thing you had to overcome coming into tonight's game?
And that's why we have depth, and we have 22 on our roster, when all of them can play at any time. And today's their big games to show it.
It's really nice. Taylor Bond stood up for a lot of players last week against Sonora, and then he gets the 2 goals today. What does that say about Taylor Bond?
That he's a team player, and he's taking advantage of his opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Coach Phil Salvaggio. It is halftime. It's a 2-2 tie, and it's as good a match as we expected. When we come back, our interview with Guerrero Pino, then first half highlights, and we'll get you set for quarter number 3. We are knotted up, level terms 2-2, Sockers and Fury on MASL TV.
Califino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
It's Paulina Salazar, your preferred real estate agent for the San Diego Sockers. I would love the opportunity to show you guys what I can bring to the table as far as real estate goes. So please do not hesitate to shoot me a text or a phone call.
It's halftime at Pechanga Arena, San Diego, between the San Diego Sockers and Ontario Fury. Veteran defender Guerrero Pino is our halftime guest. And Guerrero, thank you so much for the time. Early on this season for the San Diego Sockers, the wins have been there. They've been coming in some games that have been struggles of late. How would you describe the Sockers' state of play right now?
Well, Craig, first for having me here. Thank you for having me. You know, at the start of the season, we have new players on the team, and it's just a process. It's a process that we all know that it's going to take time for us to adjust the new players to the system that we play here and to the players that were last year. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Fortunately, we're getting the wins, which is important, and we're learning every game.
Last year, you were one of those players who was coming in, and it's your first year in San Diego and having to make those adjustments. Does that give you maybe a little bit of experience you can share with the newcomers this time?
Yeah, obviously, when you come to a new team, it's kind of hard to adjust sometimes. But we're really blessed on this team because the coaching staff, the owners, and the players are really welcoming, and they make us feel like home. I know there's a lot of players here from Mexico, and that made me feel better last year, and we're trying to do the same thing with the new guys this year.
You were a great player with Kansas City. You were acquired in a trade last year, your second season here in San Diego. How has been being a part of the San Diego Sockers? How has that been for your career?
Oh, it is awesome. It's a great organization. I think they treat me well, and it's a great experience. The fans are really good. The games at home, they're amazing. The atmosphere that we experience here at home is just incredible. It's been great for me.
Now, we had the chance in October to share something very special in Australia, the WMF World Cup. You were the captain for Team Mexico. Team Mexico went undefeated. We spoke in a previous halftime interview with Rene Ortiz about this, but speaking from that perspective, having to organize a group of men, including a lot of your teammates here, what was that experience like for you?
It was great. I think you mentioned it. It was a lot of players from here, from the San Diego Sockers, that made everything easy. And it was just a great experience. Obviously, we went there and we did our job, and at the end of the day, we got the result that we were wanting to. And it took time. If you know, I mean, they were second place in Tunisia in 2017. They were second place in 2015, and finally, we got the championship that we were looking for.
How can that experience translate when the Sockers need to play a big game in club play come March, come April?
Well, it is a lot of help because I think we already experienced the pressure of being in a championship game, the pressure of playing the best players in Europe, which is, you know, I mean, Croatia, Romania, and then Brazil as well. And it was great for us. I think we translate those games and those experiences to our season here. I think it will make everything easier for us.
And, of course, you're one of the star defenders in this league, the Major Arena Soccer League, now to a two-conference setup. 4 teams from the Western Conference will make the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. How do you handicap the field? What are you seeing out there?
Well, it is better for the league. I think getting to compete against all the teams and battling for 4 spots between, I don't know, 9, 10 teams is better. It makes the league better and more interesting. And at the end of the day, we have to be the best team in order to make the first place and then go from there, because we know that playoffs are a completely different tournament, and that's what we're looking for.
It's been a completely different defense since this guy turned around. Guerrero Pino, our halftime guest. When we come back, we'll bring you the first half highlights, get you set up for the third quarter kickoff next on MASL TV.
Tequila. Treat yourself to the fino things in life. Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco. Next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks. For sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never going to guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the main. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
We bring you first half highlights as we are in halftime here at Ron Newman Field, Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Sockers and Fury tied at 2. Let's show you how it happened. The big hustle of Slaviša Uba Parapovic setting up a 3v1 for San Diego and setting up Taylor Bond for this beautiful right-footed finish over the shoulder of Chris Toth. Then on the power play in the second quarter, Ontario able to answer right through the wickets of Boris Pardo there on left post. One of just a couple miscues for Pardo, who was terrific, including here, trying to make that stop, but instead on the Contreras giveaway, it was 2-1. But then look at the throw out by Pardo, and Farber with his head up, finding Bond. One touch with the right toe poke to get it past Toth and make it a 2-2 score. We watch Stinson on approach, and this is where the game is currently decided. You see, was that ball over or not? We watch it again. Stinson coming in, the shot right wing off left post, off of Toth, and not over the line in the estimation of our officials. A great save by Chris Toth, denying Cesar Cerda. Boris Pardo had to make 12 saves in the half, including this one on his own player, denying Aguirre an own goal. Those are not the Sockers and Fury currently on your screen, friends. That's our halftime game entertainment as the Sockers and the Fury tied 2-2. And, you know, you think about Tayu's missed opportunity there. You think about Pardo coming up big in that second quarter. We'd like to reset to start this second half our storylines of this game. The Sockers have defeated the Ontario Fury in each of their last 9 meetings. These two divisional rivals, it's been a one-sided rivalry over the last 3 seasons. Last year, the Sockers went 6-0 against the Fury, and Ontario missed the playoffs by 1 match, by 1 game. So it shows you how important that dominance was. The Sockers took the first of 4 on December 13th by a 4-2 count. But tonight, Ontario's got a wounded animal on the home floor in the San Diego Sockers without their captain, Craig Childs, who they've essentially been without the last 3 games. Childs started each of the previous 2, but really couldn't give it anything of a go. Also without Eric Tovar, who was suspended for being the first man off the bench in the kerfuffle against Sonora last weekend. Without Pee Wee Ortega, who was kicked hard in the hamstring in the 4th quarter by Sonora and has been unable to go. And without Iram Pollo Ruiz, who has been missing for the last 3 games since taking a pre-game injury prior to the Solis match on December 15th. Critical players out. Brian Farber is playing with a very hungry tummy. He was unable to hold down any solid food 5 days this week and found his way through it. And that may all sound like a bunch of, I don't know what it sounds like. It's just a fact. Those are the 5 players who are out for San Diego tonight. Never mind, of course, Felipe Gonzalez, who's been out all year with an ACL strain, and Ismael Rojo, who's been out awaiting his P1 visa all year. Sockers have 1 healthy scratch tonight, and that's Cesar Romero. Meanwhile, the Fury have 1 very important healthy scratch tonight, Jermaine Jones, who did not make the trip to San Diego. We were told by the Fury it was a coach's decision as to why Jones does not play tonight. And the Fury also without Evan McNeely and Maicon de Abreu, who are nursing injuries. But Justin Stinson has 2 goals for Ontario. And as the Sockers make their way back out on the floor, it's Taylor Bond who's got 2 goals for San Diego. Assists to Slaviša Uba-Peripović and Brian Farber. This is Retro Night. Throwing it back to 1990. Oh my God. Who's that guy? Call that a senior year pick. I thought I threw that yearbook away or burned it, but my dad found it this morning. Yes, I had that hair. I don't want to say anything more about it, but that enough about me. Let's show a cute baby picture or two. What about my color commentator, Nate Abarea? Do we have him anywhere? Is that a no? Oh, there he is. There's Naders. Look at that wee lad. Look at that wee lad. But you know, we've got 3 members of our broadcast crew. Let's go down to our 3rd member, Melissa May, downstairs with Renee Ortiz.
Coach, what was some major adjustments coming out of the half you had to make?
We just got to keep the intensity high. We got to be more focused. We got to keep the ball, and hopefully things will go our way. Just be smart on the fouls, and just say other communication on the field needs to be better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll get to Melissa's pick a little bit later, because we've got it. Don't worry. We've got it. 1990, a very interesting year, my senior year in high school. Really not much of a year for media. As we take another look at the baby pick. Can we see it again? He's darling. Look at Nate. How old are you there, Naders?
1990. It's when it all began, Craig.
That's the first year. That's the first year of the Abarea era.
The Abarea era.
On planet Earth. Driving Miss Daisy was the best picture in 1990. The record of the year, Grammy winner, Bette Midler for Wind Beneath My Wings. And the Billboard #1 in 1990, Hold On by Wilson Phillips. We will not ask you to hold on any longer. As we get ready for the start of the 3rd quarter, I present to you Nate Abarea.
Thank you very much, Craig Elston. Nate Abarea, Melissa May, the TVX crew, and the aforementioned commentator to my left, way up here in Rosette at the Grand Old Arena in San Diego, PASD, Pechanga Arena, San Diego, the venue. Brandon Escolto being hustled and hassled by Israel Cisse, which is a welcome sight to fans of the beautiful game. Cisse with a bit of a scary moment back in the 2nd quarter. Thought it may have been a knee injury. He's back out there and looks to be good to go. So good stuff to see the captain and number 23 back out there for Ontario. It's a 2-2 game here in the 3rd quarter, as Chris Toth knocks this one clear, and Sayu plays over to the far side, and Stinson, the star of that first half for Ontario, hits it over to Frank Sayu, and Sayu blasts over to the far side. It's off the wall, and Stinson takes a knock into the wall, and now here comes Escolto. Escolto has it knocked away by Uzi Sayu, and this one goes out of play.
And too quick on the restart there for San Diego. Slav was calling, oh, they're going to get it, Nate. This is top of the arc for San Diego, and I got to be honest, I'm not sure why, unless Ontario put the ball out over the low wall initially. But that's the head of officiating there, Ryan Sigich, on the call, and here's a chance, Nate, for the Sockers to try and take the lead.
Either way you look at it, it's a good chance for this team. So, man, we focused a lot of attention on in the build-up to this contest. Cesar Cerda coming over this thing, or will it be Slaviša Uba-Peripović? Goal! Slaviša Uba-Peripović with goal number 9 on his season, and it gives the Sockers a 3-2 lead here in the 3rd quarter.
What are you going to do about that? Pure power, muy fuerte. Don't know how to say that in Yugoslavian, but Slaviša Uba-Peripović, just clean as it can be. Absolute rocket. And the Sockers are up 3-2, their 2nd lead of the game. Great job by Slav. His team leading 9th goal of the year. And look at this.
So here comes Israel Cisse.
Hey, I like how Tristan on the drums for deep end is banging out the syllables for Ubi. Look out!
And here comes Ontario. And almost a goal at the other end. Kyrell back on it.
Not good enough.
Tsayu. Frank Tsayu back on the right foot, deflected off the bar. And back out to the red line and all the way back to Christophe.
Moments of disorganization right there, Nate, and a couple of them really gave Ontario some delightful attacks.
2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. The Sockers have a 3-2 lead after trailing 2-1 at one juncture of this game. It was back in the second quarter. 2 goals from Justin Stinson. Raimundo Contreras trying to lift it out of the back. Gutierrez knocks it back to Aguirre. Emmanuel Aguirre with a couple of big contributions defensively. Back in that first half, forward to Leonardo de Oliveira. Brandon Escoto. Escoto has it knocked away. And here comes the double team, the way it always has. Whistle comes. What's the call here?
It looks like they might do a drop ball. And hey, that means a few kids are going to see something they've never seen before in their life tonight. A good, honest-to-God drop ball. Here we go.
It was a real one. You don't see them every game like that. And it's back with the Sockers. Coming up on 3 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Boris Pardo over to Slaviša Baparapovic. Scorer of that brilliant goal moments ago. Leo.
Here's a guy they need to get going.
Absolutely. Well, Leo's fouled, or is the foul actually going to go against Leo? It is.
Uzi's very happy with that call.
Uzi's getting hyped, and you love to see it. Gamesmanship in play.
That word for a kid in the stands there. Kid's 10, Uzi. Come on. Maybe he was talking to the adult next to him. I hope so.
DeBray Holloman. Forward for Frank Tsayu, who's looking for the turn on Aguirre.
That was an all or nothing play by Aguirre, and he got it all.
Absolutely. Here's Tsayu again on Aguirre. Tsayu on the turn. Tsayu on the right foot. What a blocked shot by Slaviša Baparapovic. He's doing it all here in the third. Israel Cisse over to Holloman. Holloman back to Kyrell. MASL vet. Kyrell to another man with plenty of experience around arena soccer, going all the way back to when he was a baby. Just like me way back in 1990. Christophe, when he was in diapers, and shortly thereafter he was already wearing goalie gloves. He was coming to this very arena way back when, supporting the San Diego Sockers. He was a San Diego Sockers goalkeeper for quite some time, a darn good one. And now he's in nets for the rivals just up the road from the Inland Empire, going toe-to-toe with his old teammate Boris Pardo. One of the highly touted goalkeeper matchups in this league. The foul whistled against San Diego as we were awaiting a replay of the save from moments ago, but here's Israel Cisse knocking forward to Frank Tsayu.
Good job reading the bounce there by Boris.
And into the hands of Boris Pardo.
Saw a very good keeper in St. Louis last week in Pablo Nascimento lose a goal just like that on a ball bouncing along the board, so it's never easy.
Player down for Ontario. And play is stopped now.
Let's take a look and see what happened. As it was Slaviša Baparapovic on the brilliant block to deny, and that's just heads-up awareness by Slav, reading Tsayu's turn. Top of the arc for San Diego. Here's another chance. Who do you go with this time?
Slaviša Baparapovic or Leonardo de Oliveira? It's the latter. And it's off the wall this time. Tucked in the corner as a foul is called. We've got 5 minutes gone here in this third quarter. 10 to go. 2 fouls on Leo here in the quarter. Yes, indeed.
Was that too cute by half? Why not just let Slav shoot it again? As we see the Leo foul. Play on.
Frank Tayu. It's the chorus of boos comes down from the crowd, and now a bit of applause from the crowd, but Tayu wins it back. Frank Tayu. It's all Frank Tayu. Little shove from Guerrero Pino.
Oh, he had discarded Pino like a castaway cardigan a minute ago.
All the way back with Chris Toth. 9.5 left. Gonzalez. Good old Charlie. Forward to the King. Just across that Kaiser Permanente logo. A little nudge in the back from the Warrior. Guerrero Pino. Pino and Tayu going toe-to-toe here in the third. Class defender. And a 3-time MVP forward. Man-to-man right now. It's 1v1 just in front of Boris Pardo. That space will surely get a little more crowded if Ontario are to venture that way with the ball, but right now it's just been Tayu camping out off of your screen as his brother is now on the ball in his own half. Uzi Tayu. Over on this near side wall, Cardona. Uzi finds Frank. Double team comes. Pino knocks away. Ontario with the pounce. Tayu trying to work the space as Charlie drives it across. Block off the chest of Slaviša Perapovic. Slav's had at least 3 blocks tonight in this game, in addition to scoring that fabulous goal from the free kick early on in this third quarter. Israel Cisse. Cardona waiting on this near side. The right wing for Ontario. Back into Cisse. Into Tayu. Tayu wants to turn and shoot. Tayu does, blocked by Pino. It's more of a half turn there. It was all he could really muster up. Did he get a second bite at it here? No. Plays it safe. Allows his team to reset. Kyrell waiting on the near side wall. Frank Tayu over on the left as Charlie looks in the eyes of Eddie Velez, El Vaquero. Consummate professional out there, but Tayu gets a chance. Tayu gets a second chance, and the King ties it at 3. Goal for Ontario. 3-all at the Grand Old Arena. Tayu says, boo me more. I'm tying the score. The King doing what he does.
And they keep feeding him, and Charlie Gonzalez getting it in, and that right there, the Sockers defense has to do better, Pino is marking Tayu, but with 3 players ball watching, we wind up seeing what we see, which is Tayu unmarked a foot away from Boris Pardo. Naturally, he's going to score that. Naturally, that play will probably make it onto this week's edition of MASL Primetime.
Hey, I've heard of that show.
It's the new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday on MASL TV and MASLsoccer.com as Alex Bestchavansky hosts this 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. By the way, the Sockers would also like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. And want to remind you, you're watching the Sockers on MASL TV. Catch every game every week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. Boom. Hashtag housekeeping.
Miter providing the match balls for matches in the FA Cup over in England throughout the weekend. One of the oldest footballing competitions known to mankind. And here in the Grand Old Arena in San Diego, it's that same brand from way back when in Huddersfield, England. Miter. From the FA Cup to the MASL. Here on a night honoring the 89-90 champion San Diego Sockers. 1989-90, also the last season that a certain Liverpool Football Club were crowned champions of England. Also the year that yours truly was so gracefully brought into the world.
Was it graceful?
I don't know.
Your entrance?
I don't know. I don't remember that far back.
Do a double sell cow? She came out.
Stuck the landing.
And a nod to the officials. By the way, Ryan Sigic and Graham Florence having a little mini conference as we take another look at the score. And look at everybody watching the ball. Escoto's watching the ball. Gutierrez is watching the ball. Pino's watching the ball. Nobody was watching where Frank Taiu was. Two defenders below the play, both Pino and Pifford are players that have to look. But Pino's marking Taiu nonstop. And again, we remind you, the Sockers are playing with some players on the back line that have not been playing in terms of Luis Pifford, Ray Contreras, and each of those guys can look at one of the goals tonight and say, I had a role in that. So here we are, 3-3, quite a match. Just what we figured it would be.
Well, they've matched each other inch for inch thus far in this game. As far as the only number that matters, one on your screen right now, or the two numbers on your screen right now, is Uzi Taiu is down in a heap just in front of Christophe's goal, and
looks like he
Uzi's
got
slow to
kicked.
get up. And they're calling for the training staff. We're going to get another look at this, Greg.
See what happened to Uzi, who's coming in and looked like he got clipped by Leo as they both went for that loose ball. And that's a third foul, Nate, with 22.5 minutes left to go in the half on Leonardo de Oliveira. And if he gets one more, it's a penalty, a blue card against San Diego in a 2-minute power play. So that's huge because Leo's not going to stop being in physical battles. The odds of him not committing another foul are low.
It's also huge for another reason that I'll get to in a second, as Gutierrez just blasts this one off the glass. It pinballs out. Now it's back down to Cesar Cerdo, lobs it over to a streaking Leo, wants to take it first time, does, ends up taking a tumble to the carpet and draws a foul. I'll tell you why else that foul tally on Leo is important. Any power play for Ontario, any power play seemingly for any opposition is a goal of late.
Yeah.
The PK has just not been good. The penalty kill
well
for the Sockers team.
Uzi got his revenge on Leo there.
Leo taking a nasty spill. 7:16 left here in the third quarter. The Brazilian's back up on his feet, and he's on this near side just in front of the wall. It almost comes his way, almost like it was supposed to. Cerda kind of got in the way. Forward to Escoto. Escoto, a little pump fake, little hesitation, tucked in the corner, and he had that ball actually hit his right foot as he was swinging through with the left. That was not what he meant. It came off rather fortunate there. And here's Slaviša Ubaperapovic. Taylor Bond. Taylor Bond on a hat trick. Taylor Bond into the net. Not the one that he was looking for, though.
Well, Ontario had an opportunity there to break out 2v0 all the way down the field, and Cerda was on a high wire to rescue that ball. The Sockers' defense tonight has been not great, but they've made some very important plays on the ball at critical times to rescue what could be disastrous situations.
Frank Taiu. Taiu with his back to goal.
Great
Never
play.
gets old. To Pepe. Kyrell. Escoto to the rescue. Brandon thought he drew a foul from Kyrell. He's still complaining down there. He's got to get back and help defensively. Get the focus back as Reza is tucked in and ushers this one to the pride of Queens, New York, Boris Pardo. Chested down by Escoto, and then he just couldn't get anything back to it. Body just falling all over the place. Brandon just looks a bit out of sorts
this
still.
has not been his match in any way, shape, or form.
And it hasn't been his season in any way, shape, or form. And no better time to turn it around than right now. Living in the present and focusing on the next battle. The next task at hand. Here he is pressuring Chris Toth. Toth calmly plays to his left. That one skims the top of the wall,
Great
and
pass.
Ontario could be in business here. Ended up being centimeter perfect. Stinson, star of the first half. Stinson high just above the bar, off the glass, just above that red crossbar. Stinson on a hat trick. This one off the ref. Taiu comes in. Off the Modelo time, back to Israel Cisse. Stinson, across the Soccer Loco logo. Stinson working on Taylor Bond. Stinson, still Stinson. Stinson blasts, Bond blocks. Stinson fights, Reza retains. Bond ventures forward. Taylor Bond using all limbs available to try to keep Stinson off him, but Stinson hassling just enough there. as we approach 10 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Nate Abarea and Craig Elston here with you on MASL TV. 3 up, 3 all, 3-3, San Diego and Ontario here on a Sunday night at the Grand Old Arena. Taiu with his back to goal, comes out, checks 2, receives the pass, plays to DeBray Haldeman. Uzi Taiu now. Uzi Taiu cuts back. Uzi Taiu just high and wide. DeBray chases down. Aztec for life, back to Charlie Gonzalez. Ontario Fury for life. Charlie heads forward to Frank. And Frank the Tank got a little too tank-like as Pittman went to the floor and drew the foul.
Ty, here's a great look there. Stinson trying to do 2 things, either put it inside that corner or put it to Taiu's head. Just missed.
An announced attendance of 2504 here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. On Sunday night, just after New Year's.
Wow.
Foul whistled there. Velez not liking it. Credit to all the fans continuing to support this team and bringing out good crowds here at Pechanga Arena. Sockers players appreciate the home field advantage oh so much, and apart from that early speed bump against the surprise package, it must be said, in the MASL West. I speak, of course, of the Turlock Cal Express. Apart from that opening night loss, it's been nothing but home field wins for this San Diego team.
2 quick fouls on Taiu there. And 1 more, and he'd be in the same bucket as Leo, where the next one's a blue card. Pittman got the worst of both of those encounters. Look at that.
Lovely from
play.
Brandon Escoto. There it is. Hey, come back with the cheek. Let the ego shine. In the face of adversity, go at him. That time, Escoto draws the foul, and I'll tell you what, it's a 50-50 call, Craig, but it's a call that doesn't get made if he's not attacking defenders. Correct. Right there.
It's this aggressiveness by Escoto, and he's got Frank Taiu on him. Very important who this foul is called on, and it looks like it will be Kyrell. It must be Kyrell. Taiu didn't touch him. But nonetheless, I agree with you. That's a play that could have not been whistled, but it comes from Escoto taking an aggressive tack, and the Sockers need just so much more from their 25-year-old Tijuanense, a player who had 33 goals last year and is on 3 as we're in match 8.
Guerrero Pino drives low. Leo collects. Leonardo de Oliveira. Guerrero Pino. Cerda. Cesar Cerda at the red line. Cerda knocked away by Topete. Bodies flying all over the place, and this one ends up creeping out to the feet of Jordan, and it's won right back by the Sockers. Cerda pokes out wide to Slav. Slav shoots. Toth blocks. He can only parry away. A dozen, count them, a dozen minutes have been played here in this third quarter. 3 left. 3-3, your scoreline. Ooh. Great. Rising up and winning the header, but deemed to have done so illegally there is Cesar Cerda, and Taiu goes to ground. You're getting knocked from behind. There's a yellow card. Oh, Craig, it's a yellow card against Cesar Cerda.
Which is for dissent? I mean, that's what yellow cards generally need to be, is in sportsmanlike or dissent. In the air, he gets the ball. Of course, he got a big piece of Taiu first. This is a big yellow against San Diego. As you're talking about one of your best defenders, he's going to have to sit at least 2:07 of the fourth quarter, plus the next dead ball after that. Guy you don't want to lose in Cesar Cerda. It was dissent, the official call.
Was indeed, was listening for Callan's official call there. Dissent, the official label of the crime of Cesar Cerda. So they're without the Sockers. They're without one of their most important players on this night. Leo flicks through though. Piffer across. Christian gets to it. Haven't seen much of Christian Gutierrez since the first quarter. Leo to the back post. It was almost there with the Escoto.
I thought it was there, brother.
Creeping in. Leo almost wanted to flick through for Piffer. Angle got cut down. Here is Piffer. Piffer back to Leo. Brandon Escoto. 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 Still Escoto. Still Escoto. Still Escoto. Shot blocked. More just shot hits. Nestor Hernandez knocks Hernandez to the floor. And talk about a tough guy sport. Hernandez doesn't get the line change. He's got to get right back up and go at Brandon Escoto after taking one to the solar plex. Here he is on Escoto. He forces him onto the right foot and waited for the help. Good team defending there from Ontario. The team defending's been very good tonight from this Ontario team. Here's Marcus Jordan.
Interesting.
And it's a call against Pino.
Oh, nope.
No.
They're going to give it to Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Well, let's
Craig,
see this one. This is
what
a
do you think here?
50-50 contest, and Jordan's got the edge right there. I thought there was a foul on Pino, but
if that's
they're
a
calling
foul,
a dive. They're calling a dive.
Oh, that's harsh. That is real harsh. I get a no call. I don't know about a dive. If anything, it could have been a foul on Pino and a blue card.
I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, when the hand went up, I thought it was a blue card.
Well, the Sockers fortunate and Bond on a hat trick goes to the far post. It's just wide. Slaviša Operapovic into the paws of Christoph.
Great throw.
Throws
Great
out
throw.
beautifully on Wild Card Weekend. It's the QB Christoph to the fly pattern of Kyrell. Kyrell got good contact, sliced it a little bit with the right foot. Pardo knocked it down. Whistle on these near side boards. Moments later,
Pardo got just enough of that shot, which was twisting on him. Great save by Boris. Kyrell roughed up, but a set piece from the wall now for Ontario with 53 seconds left in the quarter.
.7 left here in the third quarter. Tie game 3-all. Timeouts called by the visitors from the Inland Empire.
Well, that makes sense. And the Sockers looked like there was plenty of space in the middle for somebody to check in as well. Hey, fans, take out your phones right now and download the brand new San Diego Sockers app. You'll get points for every Sockers match or event you attend. Plus, a chance to redeem those points for great rewards. It's your one-stop shop for all Sockers news, sponsor deals, flash sales, links to live broadcasts, podcasts, and much more. Go to your app store, search for the Sockers app, and then download it and make us part of your phone. We're in your phone. We're everywhere.
Well, what's it going to be from this set piece for Ontario? Surely something is being drawn up during this timeout. Get a chance to see that save again from Boris Pardo. Covering that near post. Strong stuff from Boris. Boris was a star in that first half, making 12 saves. And you could say the easiest one of the night was actually one he let in for the opening goal from Stinson. Stinson's bagged 2 tonight. Bond with 2 for the Sockers. And goals here in this third quarter from Slaviša Operapovic to give the Sockers a 3-2 lead. And then from the King, Frank Tayu, the 3-time MVP, knotted this game at 3. With the goal pass, Boris Pardo, his international teammates, good old pal. These guys know each other so well. They've played in this league against one another for so long. So many great personal relationships on display every game. Right now it's all about competition. And a tie game at the end of the third quarter. Charlie's shots blocked. The volley saved by Boris Pardo. Talk about Pardo answering the call. He does so there as we approach 40 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Charlie's going to get another chance at it off the boards. Cleared out. Awkward one there for the Warrior, Guerrero Pino. He gets enough on it. And Ontario recycle all the way back to Chris Toth. Toth to Pepe. 20 seconds left here in the third. One more chance for Ontario. We shall see. Frank Tayu off chest. Tayu tucked in the corner. Back to Topete. What a drive, just high. Woo! Caught it clean, that's for sure. Just couldn't keep it down. Stinson, shot blocked by Farber. This one up into the netting. And they're going to stop the clock at 2.2. So I don't know if Sockers are going to have a Another opportunity here.
Boris just going to dribble it out.
Would have to be a fastball of epic proportions from Boris Pardo. The Hail Mary is knocked down, and the third quarter comes to a close. 45 minutes gone, 15 to go here on a Sunday night in San Diego. It's the Sockers 3, the Fury 3, all to play for in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this right here on NASL TV.
Califino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
It's Paulina Salazar, your preferred real estate agent for the San Diego Sockers. I would love the opportunity to show you guys what I could bring to the table as far as real estate goes. So please do not hesitate to shoot me a text or a phone call.
You can join us on Sunday, January 19th as we celebrate year-round pro soccer in San Diego with SD Loyal Night at the San Diego Sockers. Come early for a fan fiesta in the parking lot starting at 3 p.m. The Sockers will battle the Mesquite Outlaws, and we'll be joined by the players and head coach Landon Donovan from the new USL side of the San Diego Loyal, who will begin play in March at Torero Stadium. SD Loyal getting underway in the 2020 USL campaign for a special halftime ceremony, though, here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. That'll take place on January 19th, and kids will go home with a new Sockers bookmark and pencil. Get your tickets for SD Loyal Night now. Call 866-799-GOAL or go to sockers.com. Taylor Bond bagged a brace in the first half for the San Diego Sockers. Justin Stinson did the same for the Ontario Fury. Slavisha Ubaperapovic did Slavtings in that third quarter, rocketing home a free kick to give the Sockers a 3-2 lead, and then the King did what the King does. Frank Tayu scored a beauty for 3-3, and that's where we are right now. Nate Abarea, Melissa May, the TVX crew, and Mr. Craig Elston with fourth quarter play-by-play.
With Brandon Escoto on the ball to get things started. Escoto, pointless, silent tonight. Leo, pointless, silent tonight. Sockers without Craig Childs, their captain, without Evan Pollo Ruiz, without Pee-wee Ortega, without Eric Tovar. A lot of offensive firepower sidelined due to injury or suspension. And those remaining doing the best they can and in a 3-3 tie. But San Diego's going to need to look to some alternative sources of offense potentially in this fourth quarter, and or they need some of their old stars to come up like they're young again. Here's Leo from Pardo. Leo in the corner, Farber overlaps. Leo drew two and sent it back. Ray Contreras. After such an inspired match against Sonora, Contreras has been mostly quiet tonight and has as that one's high from Aguirre. He was directly responsible on a giveaway to send Stinson in on a breakaway for goal number 2 for Ontario tonight. So some injured Sockers sitting it out. Brian Farber playing sick. A number of reserves in tonight for the Sockers. Ontario playing without Jermaine Jones, without Evan McNeely, without Maicon Diabreu. And here we are. Anybody's match with under 14 left to play. Toth. Farber read that one, but the chest got away from him. Tepete to Tayu with Aguirre leaning on him. Flicked it back, but to the wrong team. Velez has it on the Sockers' crest. And back to Farber. Aguirre will space him out. Finding Contreras midfield on the southern wall. Nice bounce pass. Triggers Farber. Farber tried to send it across to Slav. And then got it up in the air, but Tayu was able to bring it down. Frank Tayu with runners. Sends his man Tepete in. Tepete with that strong left foot. Got to look for Charlie Gonzalez, who was lurking back post. Went over to Israel Cisse, who took an injury scare in the second quarter, and we are very happy to see him back and okay. Nestor Hernandez. Here comes Nestor. He just missed earlier in the match. Stinson didn't miss twice. He got 2 rockets. Tayu trying to turn and send one. Interesting. Doubleheader, but inadvertent, so it's not trickery. That's that new MASL rule, and that one was just an interpretation was tested right there. Slav in the air. Great job by Leo to bring that one down. Leo is sitting on 3 personal fouls. If he commits a foul, it'll be an automatic blue card against San Diego. Could be critical. Escoto to Leo. Let the ball do the work along the wall. Turns at the midboards. Goes with a left-right zigzag dribble. Escoto makes himself available. The cross goes to Slav instead. Slav had back to net. No way to turn. In fact, he's going to come off and be replaced by Gutierrez. Here's Piffer hitting the target in Leo. Leo sends it back. Aguirre surveyed. Tayu stepped up. Piffer turns to face. Deep end gets the kids rolling. Right behind the net of Chris Toth. Trip and the foul called on Nestor as Gutierrez was brought to the floor. Love it when the kids turn up to the deep end and create some incredible atmosphere inside Pechanga Arena San Diego. Here's Escoto. He sent it to the middle and Piffer went the wrong way. It's a counterattack. Here they come with Stinson, with Tayu. Pardo comes out to rescue the ball. Can the Sockers go back the other way? Escoto, hesitation move, stumbled a little bit. And this one just came loose and Contreras gets it back. Yeah, you kind of have to wonder the way Escoto has been banged up. If that's taking an effect on him, just the physical toll he gets every game. Farber, including getting thrown into the boards head first at the end of the last one last week. Something we haven't brought up. Could be affecting his play. You never know. Pino. This one pinballing around, and the veteran Brian Farber comes over to steal it from the rookie, Edson Cardona. Bending ball. Bond did well to bring it down and then lost it to Cisse. But before the counterattack could break, the ball was played back to Joseph Kyrell. 3-3 tie. Sockers led twice at 1-0 and at 3-2. Ontario led once at 2-1. And one thing that you note on the official scorecard, Ontario so far tonight with 26 shots recorded to just 19 for San Diego through 3 quarters. So that's kind of indicative of the lack of firepower out there for San Diego. Sockers have outshot their opponent in all but one match this year, usually by a minimum of 8, and they are being outshot tonight. But all it takes is one good move, and this could be the one as Bond gets the steal. Flankers out. It's Piffer. He scores! Luis Piffer opens his Sockers account. His first goal in San Diego in 5 years, and it gives the Sockers the lead.
Well, Ontario making claims of a foul against Taylor Bond there. Physicality from Bond to knock it away. And it was Cardona on this near side wall that just got knocked off it too easy. Piffer with the glory in the end of it, but Taylor Bond gets so much credit on a night where he's scored a brace. It's a crucial assist from Bondo to give the Sockers a 4-3 lead. And congrats to Piffer with the finish.
Yeah, that's all about Bond, although Piffer gets on the board. And Bond gets the assist appropriately, but that steal was the key. Now what will Taiyu do? Frank Taiyu has one tonight. Pino can't believe the whistle. And yet the whistle sounded.
I'm going to look at it here. It's the pretty clear push there from Guerrero. Talk about hand in the cookie jar. That was both hands breaking the cookie jar open.
Get a stronger jar.
No comparisons of Guerrero Pino to the Cookie Monster there.
Here's the long throw out by Pardo, who has assists in consecutive matches for San Diego. And as Debray, Holloman, and Velez canceled each other out on the floor. This one forward, and look out, it's Hernandez on the run. Great defense to force Taiyu to the wall and keep his head down by Guerrero Pino right there. If Taiyu has his head up, he's able to spring Hernandez in 1v0 on the keeper. Great step up by Contreras. Sockers have a chance to counter now. Ray Contreras taken away by Tapete. And then Slav reaches out, and back and forth they go. Velez and Cisse tangle again. Taiyu on the loose change. Taiyu on the attack. Blocked by Pino. Waiting for the ball to stop bouncing was Pino. In the air, Slav, but knocked it back for Cisse to retrieve. 9:15 to play.
For all the contact in this fourth quarter, this has been quite the open period of play.
Here's Charlie Gonzalez trying to get around his man. Still working on Piffer to the back post. Nobody home. Great ball by Charlie. Under 9 to play. Just a 4-3 lead for San Diego. Doesn't feel safe at all. And the next goal will be, as my partner says, critically important. If there's another one.
There's no guarantee on a night like this one.
Here's Taiyu. He's a man who can score at any time. Gonzalez. Charlie Gonzalez on Pittman. Across now to Cardona. Cardona seen across the red line and back to Kyrell. Great cheer going from the kids. Taiyu on Slav. Taiu's just falling all over the place now. Some of them are super legit, and he had a little smile on that one. That was super flopalicious. It seemed like replay may show me wrong. Let's find out.
Well, let's see here.
Yeah, he tripped over his own ball, and then when he felt a touch to the ankles, he went flying.
Contact to the back of the ankle, Craig.
There's Taiyu in a crowd. Sockers able to keep the ball out of the net. What a rip by Cardona. And the giving back to him. Wide Taiyu. Save Pardo. Velez wants the run out. Velez off the wall. He lost it.
He's lost his footing.
Field's opening up. Stinson creeping in.
Been an open quarter for almost the entirety. I don't know how.
There's Frank. Tipped. Stinson just missed wide. Sockers want the counter. Taiyu pressures Bond enough to lose the ball. Farber said, where's the pass, Bondo? I got you. Why didn't you get me? Cisse on the counter. Blocked by Pino.
Sockers wanted too many men on the pitch.
And I think they just got that call.
Back a moment ago. That was
that's a card on Ontario for too many men.
That was a delayed call, and I thought I saw it in real time, and did indeed. We get the replay of the save right here from Boris Pardo.
I mean, atrocious defense by Luis Piffer there. Just almost an unconscionable mistake by a veteran defender to just bump the ball back to Taiyu. But nonetheless, this is going to be a power play, the first of the night for San Diego. Cerda's out of the box. 30-second timeout. 4-3 Sockers lead. MASL TV.
One of the greatest rivalries in the history of indoor soccer resumes in San Diego on Wednesday, February the 12th, when the 8-time champion Baltimore Blast return to America's finest city for the first time in 6 years. You'll want to get there early as we hand out the second set of our brand new Soccer's trading cards designed by Travis Peterson. Your ticket to any January home game works as a buy one, get one free coupon for the Blast game. So call the ticket department today at 866-799-GO, and we will see you there. I cannot wait for that matchup. Talk about tying nostalgia to the present moment. The Sockers and the Baltimore Blast, all those great championship encounters way back when between those two sides. They'll be going toe-to-toe in the MASL right here in the Grand Old Arena on February the 12th. Right now, it's Sockers 4, Ontario Fury 3. Yours truly, Nate Alvarez and Craig Elston with you here with TVX. And the Sockers, Craig, are on the power play for the first time all night.
Too many men on the pitch, or on the floor, I should say, for Ontario. Served by the rookie Flora. And now San Diego gets their first chance and a man advantage, and if they convert, they've got a 2-goal lead late. Slaviša Uba-Peripović with Brandon Escoto. Velez, Leo, and Cerda out there. Here's Slav keeping the ball moving. Escoto down low. Velez is the man in the middle. Leo's out on the wing, ball handling. Sends it for Escoto, and Toth was there. Banged his elbow. He's in pain. He banged his maybe tricep against the edge of that right post. Did Toth to deny the Escoto shot.
It's a dangerous one. You're going to see Toth moving laterally here. Just got there in time. That's going in. That's tucked in to that near post by Escoto, and you see Toth immediately grimacing, but he did everything he had to do to keep that one out. He's shaking his head right now. It's just got to be a dead arm feeling that he's got right now. The weight of that left shoulder and left arm. And I love just above, you can't see it on the screen right now, but just above Chris Toth, the fans in the deep end who cheered on Chris Toth for so many years, actually applauding right now for the Ontario goalkeeper. And hopefully,
great service by Leo here.
Good to go. Brilliant cross from Leo. And good stuff by Brandon Escoto, attacking at that back post. And might have just been funny bone with the elbow, a little bit of the shoulder there. A nasty one no matter how you look at it. But Toth is going to have to just gut this one out. And he's back and ready to go as Ontario try to kill off this power play. No 2-goal lead in this game for either team.
Correct.
It should be said. Big chance for San Diego here.
Here's Leo. Sockers are 5 for 12 in the power play this year. Slav's shot was just wide. Leo will track it down. Minute 25 left in the man advantage, which will count down either to 5:22 left or to a Sockers' 5th goal. Leo, Slav, Escoto, Slav. Escoto trying to create some space for himself. He and Slav alternate. Now Leo, his shot blocked. The rebound goes into the corner. Cisse and Tayu are down there. Uzi, that is. Uzi walls the ball off. Poked away by Velez. Well done, but then dispossessed again. Stepping up was Cerda, but he couldn't lose it. Hernandez can clear.
Nestor Hernandez has played a solid game today. Some really strong defensive contributions for Ontario.
Here comes Escoto. Can Chodas be heard from late? It could be a winner if he does. Cerda to Escoto. Escoto cuts it. Slav shoots, save. Great punch out by Toth. Slav's so powerful with that strike. Holloman takes a tumble. Escoto keeps playing. Leo shoots. He misses it. That ball got up on him. Leo had an open angle.
That save from Toth right there. Just protecting himself, really. Slav tried to tuck it in.
Fury have been good penalty killers this year. It looks like if they can hold on for 22 seconds, they'll be 6 for 8 in killing penalties this year. That one hops out to San Diego. One last chance. 18 seconds left.
Still time, Craig.
Slav, Escoto. Escoto, back. Here's the trailer. It's Cerda. Extra pass. Slav bouncing ball. Leo settles it, but the hop goes into the corner. There's 7 seconds in the man advantage.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Where is it?
That's top of the arc. That's top of the arc. That's bad for Ontario.
Yeah, it surely is. Set piece and a chance to score with 7 seconds left in the power play. And just a 4-man group out there, so just a 2-man wall. Now, I wouldn't be anything but straightforward. I'd just have Slav smack this. Timeout. But why do anything else, you know? I mean, Sockers have scored 2 set pieces this year, and they've been both on Slav just taking the rip. You'd like a fancy play, but the fancy plays are getting blocked. Ontario's a hustling defensive unit. This is going to be an interesting one.
That's how the Sockers got the lead back in the third quarter. As we see the save again here from Christo, knocking it down in his near post. Slaviša Perapovic, the brilliant free kick back in the opening couple of minutes of the third quarter to give San Diego a 3-2 advantage.
Here's how the Sockers took the lead. And it came basically on a great steal by Taylor Bond. Slash push down. But that's a 3v1 finish. The Sockers have finished a couple of 3v1s. Luis Piffer gets that goal. Luis has not had a great game tonight, and he's been on the wrong end of about 3 or 4 plays that could have gone in San Diego's net, one of which did. Nonetheless, Taylor Bond aiming, if not for Boris Pardo, for some man of the match honors tonight. I think he's the offensive star to be sure, but I think Pardo's been the overall star tonight.
Absolutely.
And now here it is. A 5-on-4 top of the arc chance. Can the Sockers do it? Slav rolls it, Leo shoots it, blocked. And taking it off the face was Hernandez, and he's down.
Yikes.
It was a good idea, and Paul Savage out in a hurry as Nestor Hernandez sacrifices himself. Oh, off the temple. Off the temple. Leo looks to the heavens, but it's Hernandez who saw stars. And right down he went. 5 seconds. It'll be a corner from the wall for San Diego. 5 seconds is what is left on the power play, which looks like it's going to come up dry. Save 1 pass, 1 shot, and a goal. And Hernandez, as Uzi Tayu is barking, not sure about what.
Uzi Tayu was barking at Phil Salvaggio coming onto the field.
Well,
not sure what exactly.
Not sure why Phil came out.
Phil was doing there.
Yeah. I think maybe Uzi. I might be on Uzi's side. But
it was a weird one.
Doesn't matter. It don't matter. That part's gone. On to the next part. Escoto cuts it, wrong place. Serta shoots it wide, rebound down.
Handball.
Okay.
Eddie.
Yep. And the power play is over.
That's a big penalty kill from Ontario. That is a huge penalty kill from the visitors to keep themselves right there within striking distance in this game.
And it's moments like that, Nate, where the Sockers truly miss their all-time leading goal scorer, Craig Childs.
Yeah.
Set pieces, Childs is an automatic. He must be accounted for. Power plays, Childs scores more power play goals than anybody in the Sockers franchise. And now a scrambling final 5 minutes about to come up. Eddie Velez has 5 fouls now and is a foul away from a blue card. So he and Leo are sitting 1 foul away from a card. That could be huge. Kyrell on a steal could be huge. Tayu is unmarked. That could be even bigger. Tayu works around a man, and Bond blocks the ball away as we reach the final 5 minutes. Presented by Calafino Tequila. Calafino, enjoy the Fino things in life.
Line them up, baby.
Shots galore if Sockers pull out this one.
Happy New Year, Craig.
Prospero año y felicidad. Here's Leo. And Escoto. Can Chodas do it? Chodas! Good try.
It's getting there. It's getting better for Brandon Escoto. He's finding pockets of space to come in off the right side. That's encouraging after some of the difficulties that he's been faced with.
Frank Tayu and the Fury down just 1. To Kyrell. Nervous times at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Uzi says, where you want me to go? Where you want me to go? Oh, back here? Okay. 4 minutes left. Took that day. High pressure can't be too high. Now look at this. Gutierrez got his noggin on it. Wanted to get something beautiful to put the Sockers up 2.
Well, you never get tired of watching that goal that Christian Gutierrez scored against Ontario last year from his own half. Almost a special, albeit freakish one there.
Tayu on the throw out from Toth. Drew 2 and sent it back to his brother Uzi. To Pete now. And back to Toth. Tayu gets the ball, sends it through. Cardona, good job by Leo just to nudge him. And it was to Pete, pardon me, on that run. 4, not 7. And again, if Leo hears the whistle against him, Sockers are going to go down a man, which has not been a good proposition for them. Dangerous here. Pardo used the wall, so it's not a top of the arc, but had nothing to do but to just punt it. 3:08 to play. Justin Stinson has 2 goals tonight, Tayu the other for Ontario. Bond has 2, Slav and Piffer, the current game winner for San Diego, but nothing's been won yet. Under 3 minutes to play. Kyrell back to Toth. The Fury trying to use the middle of the field and spread out San Diego defensively, looking for seams to attack. Farber stepped up on Tayu, who's so physical, he was able to take it away. 2.5 minutes to play now. Here comes Stinson. Off the wall to himself, dragging in. Well done by Cerda. Cerda.
Farber.
Stop and go. Cerda with Farber. Cerda pushed off by Kyrell. Then the whistle sounds, and the card is out against the Fury. Cerda pulled from behind. Sockers go up a man.
This is a tough one here against Kyrell, and it's right there.
Well,
and it was right there when he got in, and it got stuck, and Cerda with the dashiest of dashes of, dare I say, James Harden-esque hook there, pulling in Kyrell.
So you think he hooked him? Let me see.
Oh, no. I said with the tiniest of dashes there. Kyrell certainly was trying to pull him back, but I feel like Cerda wisely, I'm giving credit to Cesar Cerda here with a little James Harden nod there. I feel like he actually felt the contact coming. Might have been something that was ignored. 2 players going toe-to-toe there. As soon as he saw that hook come in from Kyrell, he said, all right, I'm going to get a blue card out of this, and you're going to kill your team's chances off. I think that was wise by Cesar Cerda, and I think he felt the footsteps for quite a while there, and ultimately sold the call well. It was a foul, and it ends up as a blue.
And the Sockers can almost kill the game on the power play. There'll be 17 seconds left at the end of this power play. Of course, San Diego, can they just afford to spin out the clock? Or do they need to try and score?
Well, what's more valuable here? Theoretically, you kill this off, the game's almost good as done.
Right.
You score here, get Ontario back to even strength, but you're up 2. So take your pick. We'll see how this unfolds.
To me, it's dribble outside the red like this until
about
second
20,
minute.
I'd say till about 30 or even less left in the power play.
Cerda. And remember, these guys can't get off the floor for Ontario either. And there's no Tayu out there, meaning Frank. There's an Uzi, but no Frank. Slav bends it to Pino.
Great vision.
And again, they're just trying to get the Fury running. 1 minute into the power play. That ball deflected, but it will get to Pino. And of course, those 2 top guys there in Hernandez and Cisse are hoping to be able to jump on a counter.
Watch Escoto near side.
To the final minute. It's Escoto off the wall. Minute 60 is here. 42 seconds on the power play. Sockers clinging to a 4-3 lead. Pino cuts it. 2v1 down low. Uzi on Leo. Ball hung up long enough for the defense to recover. Leo, get up, Leo. That ball spun to Slav. There's 22 seconds in the power play and under 40 in the game. Sockers have done a great job time wasting. Now Cerda. Now Leo. 15 on the power play.
Now have a go at it.
You'd think. But it's back to Pardo. And that's not going to be the case. So the Sockers will go 0 for 2 on the power play. But they just want to kill time. Ball's too far in their zone, away from their zone, I'd say. Leo brings it down, back to even strength. 16 seconds. It's Slav. Slav pushed off by the man out of the box, Kyrell. 1 rush time.
Look at
10
Toth.
seconds. Toth's going to join the rush.
Oh, look at this.
Stinson got it behind Toth. There's 3 seconds. There's 2 seconds. There's 1, and the Sockers pull it out of the fire. Full time. And the streak against Ontario, a perfect 10. 10 in a row for the San Diego Sockers against the Fury, and a 7-game winning streak in 2019-2020 as the Sockers escape short-handed but hardy, courtesy of that man, Boris Porto, a 4-3 winner tonight.
And could the Sockers do it against the Ontario Fury any other way? The answer is no. 1-goal victories, maybe a 2-goal victory if you're getting greedy. But tonight, the Sockers did what they do best against Ontario. They won another nail-biter. The streak almost defies logic. The way that this matchup has gone and how bitter these pills are to swallow for Ontario. Another 1-goal loss to San Diego on a night where they went toe-to-toe and matched the Sockers almost inch for inch. But it's a 4-3 win, and just the guy who you expected to score the winning goal tonight, right, Craig?
It's our Calafino top shot of the night. Let's bring it to you. The game winner, the lone goal of the 4th quarter. And it's a Taylor Bond physical play, dismissing the defender. 3v1. And the finish by Piffer.
Sockers all-time leading scorer. No, I kid. Sockers star forward. No, I kid. Luis Piffer. I talked about unsung heroes in the build-up to this game. Talked about guys grabbing their opportunities by the scruff of the neck. That's what Piffer does right here. That's what Taylor Bond did all night.
Literally grabbed his defender by the scruff of the
Taylor
neck.
Bond, on a night where he bags a brace, scores 2 goals in the first half, and he sets up the winner. How about it?
Luis Piffer's downstairs with Melissa May.
Luis, you had to make some significant changes because you were missing a lot of your starters. How did you, as a team, step up and get this win today?
It was like a hard game. Ontario, they're a really good team. We had to try to pick the right moments to go up and try to score, and that's what we did. It's all about the team, you know. You have to know the right time to go up, and we had the patience to defend and get this win. It was really hard, and at the end of the day, that's why it matters.
Well, and speaking of team, you are wearing jerseys in honor of the 1989-1990 team. How much of an honor is it to wear and represent a retro jersey from a previous Sockers team?
It's a big honor for me. The soccer has like a huge tradition here in San Diego, and we want to try to keep that tradition going on, and hopefully we're going to get like step by step, win by win, to another championship to San Diego.
You know, that you got that assist from Taylor Bond. What was going through your head when you scored that winning goal?
It's like I took like a few years away from indoor. Coming back to play again, it's a little different because we don't have indoor back home, and I had to get used to indoor again. And like when I scored a goal, it was a big relief. You know, it's great to help the team. It's like I said, it's all about the team, and hopefully I'm gonna get some more like goals and most important wins.
Absolutely, the first of many, Luis. Thank you so much and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it very much. The Sockers are 7-1, have won 7 in a row, and get the halfway point of their home schedule, 5-1 on the season. The Fury now 2-4 and 0-3 away from Toyota Arena, and the road does not get easier for the Fury as they travel next weekend to play Saturday night in Hermosillo against Soles, and then Monday night against Monterrey, before coming back on Thursday night to take on the Flash in Ontario. So 3 very difficult matches coming up for the Fury. For the Sockers, our next match and our next broadcast will be 2 weeks from tonight. San Diego will have week 8 of the MASL season off. This is week 7. But in week 9, they will welcome in the first ever meeting between the Sockers and the Mesquite Outlaws. And that will be a number of things. It will be Fan Fiesta in the parking lot starting at 3 p.m. with first responder vehicles out there, $3 Modelos, Calafino available, a live DJ, and our friends from Bridge Barcata are bringing out the Pana Court for the first time, and we'll have Pana against an inactive Sockers player out in the parking lot. So tons of fun. Come early at 3 o'clock. Then stick around. All the kids get a bookmark and pencil for their efforts as they walk in. And at halftime, we'll be rejoined by some cat named Landon Donovan, by the president of SD Loyal, Warren Smith, and the available players of the club for a special halftime ceremony to cement publicly the alliance between indoor and outdoor soccer in the city of San Diego to come. Sockers beat Ontario tonight 4-3, and that'll be our last home match, by the way, for quite some time. The next one after that will be February 12th against Baltimore, and the Sockers will play a 6-match road trip in between, going to Harrisburg, Baltimore, Monterey, Sonora, Orlando, and Florida. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, next time we gather, Mr. Abarea, you will be in a different continent.
I will.
You'll be in Europe, bro.
I will be somewhere in the Isles. We'll be heading to Ireland in a few days' time, and then across the Irish Sea over to a certain town known as Liverpool, where on January the 19th, as the Sockers will be battling the Mesquite Outlaws late on in the day of world football, earlier in the day of world football at a certain stadium known as Anfield. Liverpool will be taking on Manchester United. So yours truly and my loving partner, Sofia Espinosa Lopez, one of the loyal fans of these broadcasts, a huge fan of your work as well, Craig, and yours truly and Sophia will be at Anfield, and I'll probably be staying up late on Merseyside in Liverpool, watching some Sockers versus Mesquite and seeing what's up to my friends from SD Loyal. Much love to Landon, much love to Warren and Kerry Taylor and Ricardo Campos and everybody involved with SD Loyal, and I love that you use that word alliance. That's what it's all about. 12 months of soccer, year-round football, and I will be cheering y'all on from about 6,000 miles away.
Yeah, if he doesn't get signed by another club in between here and there, Jeff Hughes will be our guest analyst that night. I have it on very reliable sourcing that almost happened this week, maybe with one of the clubs on the floor. But,
wow.
But it didn't. And I believe that's because the man I call Hugas is just he wants to make sure he doesn't burn his SAG card, so to speak, and lose out on his analyst opportunity. And so
I just hope I get my job back. That's all.
That'll be determined.
Hughes is a funny man.
We'll be sending you a text on January 20th.
An entertainer,
with the yay or the nay.
An entertainer, if there has ever been one, Jeff Hughes. So I look forward to hearing y'all in tandem in full effect on January the 19th.
And we close out by showing you the players lining up for their post-game autographs on the field. Fans got a team poster tonight, over 2,500 in the house, and now they get a chance to go on the floor themselves and get autographs, take pictures, and interact with all your favorite San Diego Sockers. Nate, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you down to see if you can get a Bond interview before everyone gets tabled.
Bonds.
Taylor Bond.
Indeed.
And Boris Pardo as well. And I'd like to say a special thanks to our director, Randall the Slizzer Sliz, our executive producer, Ted Bendrick, our producer, Daniel Farias, our camera operators, Moise is back on audio, Melissa May, Nate Abarea. My name's Craig Elston. Thanks to everybody for making us part of your Sunday evening. The Sockers win their 7th in a row, and they beat the Fury for the 10th straight time. Holy cow. And they've all been close. 4-3, the final score. We'll see you in 2 weeks, but for now, so long from Pechanga Arena. We'll see you later.